right, ladies and gents, how are you doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We wouldn't usually cover something like this, but MWave reached out and they're like, hey, we want you to take a look at this pre-built because it's different, right? And it got me thinking, are all pre-builts created equally? I don't think so. This one's got a little trick up its sleeve. So let's check out this pre-built. Well, this one's actually a kit. This is from MSI. It's called the Maverick kit. So this is a fully spec'd out one supplied by MWave. So let's check it out. We'll benchmark it. We'll do thermals. We'll do all of that stuff. And yeah, I'll talk about what makes this thing different through the video. I gotta mention this video is not sponsored. MWave literally just sent it over and like, hey, check this thing out. So yeah, we're checking it out. Let's do it. Let's unbox it, I guess. I mean, we haven't even opened this thing yet. Hopefully our address isn't on here. That'd be awkward. I ripped it off already. That's okay. This one came from MWave last week and it's been sitting here burning a hole in my head. And yeah, let's just take a look at the stuff that comes with these because if you want to check out our NZXT build video in the top right-hand corner or a link in the description, I spoke to NZXT after that, mind you. They said that they didn't include any of the like stuff of how to unbox it or how to set it up because, you know, they figured, hey, it's Nick, he doesn't need that, but it's not for me, it's for everyone. So this would be exactly what you get if you were to buy something like this. So this is a warning. Remove all the packaging from the PC before turning it on. This is, it seems like such a simple thing, but it's needed. It's definitely needed, especially for pre-built systems. And it's also got like a setting up your PC thing. I don't like to do these unboxing things, but if you're buying a new PC and you're not into PC building like most of our audience, this is very helpful. So basically it just says, you know, unbox it, plugging in peripherals, connect to power, turning your PC, blah, blah, blah. I can read through the paper, there's light shining through it. So people are like, how are you doing that? I'm reading through it. Alrighty, let's take a look. So it's got a little box with all of the doohickeys in it. Let's give her a wee old slice and cut away from you, ladies and gents. Don't cut towards you, don't do what I did. Okay, so the box, bunch of manuals, a copy of Windows 10.
Nice.
Sweet, I guess that comes with it. It's got all the leftover bits from the power supply. So it's got all that stuff. It's got everything you need. All the leftover stuff from the case, the motherboard. So this is all the stuff that comes with this configuration. This is the Respawn Ninja configuration. So this one comes with like a drive and everything. Look at this. It's got a, however big drive that is, it's a 1 terabyte drive. It's a 7000 meg drive, Gen 4 drive. Nice and quick. It's an MSI drive actually. Hello, PS5 drives. That's all I do now when I look at drives. I'm like, will it work with the PS5? I actually put a drive in the PS5 the other day. That's a story for another video. Get subscribed for that one. Oh, take that away. And we have the system. This is actually packaged really nicely. It doesn't come with the GPU, but I think this one's got a GPU in it, and I think it's a 3080. This is such a weird video. We never do videos like that. It feels weird because I don't need to build the system. It's already done for me.
Can we do sound effects as you unsheath it, like whoosh, ta-da?
Did you guys hear any sound effects? I don't know. I haven't figured out if we're gonna do that yet. I'm using the monitor on the camera to do this because I can't see from this angle, so we'll just do that. It's got that expanding stuff inside. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Let's get a little bit serious now. Let's chat about some of these parts so you guys know what the story is, because you know how I am with pre-built systems. I'm neither here nor there, but if the value is there, then I don't care.
Wow.
As far as the CPU, now this is what makes this system a little bit more interesting than a regular Core i7 system, because you guys, you know, right? You're either an Intel person or an AMD person, but this one and these Maverick systems have binned i7. So they've got the 11700K binned. If you don't know what that means, it means it's one of the really good chips that overclocks really well. So this system is built to be an overclocker, hardly know her, straight out of the gate. That's the main thing about this system. It's also got some special memory from G.Skill. It's their G.Skill Maverick RAM. So it's got special timings and everything designed to work with these bin CPUs and this motherboard together. So it overclocks really well. And the other thing you'll probably notice is it's also running one of these new MSI core liquid coolers. We've actually used this cooler in another build. I'll put that in the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, it's got the screen and you can do all the stuff with the coolers, with the screens and all that jazz, and everything that you love to do with all of that. They put this special Bin i7 on the Z590 Gaming Edge Wi-Fi, but this one's different. The SP means it's painted pink and purple instead of the regular Dragon colors. The GPU in this is the MSI RTX 3080 Gaming Z Trio. I think they've slightly revised it. I think they did this last year or the start of this year sometime, but I think this one has the low hash rate. In terms of storage in this system, so as I showed a little bit earlier in the video, this one features a 1TB NVMe M.2 drive, a Gen 4 drive, but for this configuration from MIF as well, it actually features a 4TB spinning Rust drive as well. I'm not sure which one's in here in particular, but going off the specs, yeah, it's a 4TB drive, so you got extra game storage if you're using this as a gaming PC. Everything that you're seeing in this case comes with this case as it is anyway. So this is the MSI Velox 100P. It's an airflow focused case with an open front and 3 pre-installed non-RGB fans up the front. It's got an RGB fan at the back, and these are the fans that come with this K series cooler from MSI, these new core liquid coolers. The Maverick system also comes with a power supply as well. It's got that MSI MPG A850GF. It's an 850 watt, 80 plus gold certified power supply. So, you know, plenty of juice for all of your juicy goodness needs. I just gotta say that too, pre-builts aren't for everyone. This is for people who may not have the knowledge of building their own PCs and they don't want to. A lot of people just don't want to. There's nothing wrong with pre-builts. Like some of the best workstations are pre-built because sometimes you just don't want to have to do it. Let's take a look at this cable management. How are you feeling about it, Claire? What do you reckon? You think they did a good job? M-Wave traditionally does a pretty good job from experience, but I think this is half built by M-Wave and half built by MSI. Cable management from the get-go seems to be okay. There's like a lot of pretty standard cable runs here. It's all held down with zip ties. There's actually custom sleeved cables extensions on here. I didn't realize that, but they don't come all the way out of the power supply. So you've got all of that. I mean, the cable management is, it's fine. It's not the cleanest system, but again, I suspect that it's nothing to do with M-Wave. I think this is how MSI ships it, because this does ship like pre-built as a bundle, I think, in the box, and then you put it all together and Bob's your uncle and all of that other stuff. But yeah, it's fine. That's most of what you need to know about this particular configuration, the Respawn Ninja configuration from M-Wave. I'll put a link to the product page for this configuration from M-Wave's website in the description and in the pinned comment as well, so you can check that out at your own leisure. But now I want to see how this thing performs, and I'm sure you guys want to know as well. So let's benchmark it and see how it performs in our regular suite of benchmarks. We'll add a couple extras in there as well for those who are interested. But let's dive in and take a look at the performance. All right, first up, let's take a look at the thermals with the Velox 100P Airflow. What we're seeing here is the thermals are actually rather quite good. This is an airflow focus case, so there's no surprises here. You will notice that the closed idle GPU temperature is lower than the open temperature. This is typical of the way the airflow works when we are sealing up a case with front fans. So the GPUs would typically be at a lower temperature if there's lots of fans here. Let's talk about the specs for the system that we're actually comparing this up against with all of the GPUs that we've tested on the channel. Now, this hardware specification is what we do use to test against everything else that we've done on the channel. So basically what we're doing here is we're comparing all of the GPUs on our test bench versus this 3080 in this MSI system for a bit of context. right, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a look at the MSI Maverick system. Now, this isn't usually the content that we do on the channel, but it got me interested enough to want to see what the performance was like compared to our test bench. And I wanted to know what the thermals were like of this case as well, because you can buy this case separately and we've never built with it. So it's good to have those numbers in my database. So if I need to compare it to anything later, I've got all the information and all that stuff that I need about this system as well. And as you saw from the 1080p benchmarks with this Bindai 7, I mean, 1080p is typically CPU bound as well. 1440p is becoming more that way as well. So the results there are actually quite surprising with some of the benchmarks here. But overall, I think this is a fairly balanced system. Now, if you're interested in just the kit with no GPU, I'll put a link to the MSI product page or whatever. You can check all that stuff out and all the other details and anything that I missed. And I'll put a link to the M-Wave page for the Respawn Ninja bundle that adds everything that's missing from the MSI Maverick bundle. So stuff like additional storage and obviously a GPU, because they don't do that with the actual bundle itself. Once again, special thanks to M-Wave for sending this over to check out. I was actually quite keen because, like I mentioned, it's not something we typically do, but I do like to see what's going on that side of the market, considering pre-builts can be quite underwhelming. And this one is not one of those underwhelming pre-builts. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peak, we seek, and maybe there's some cinematic things right now. I mean, you have to stick around and find out. And I know if you're leaving because I can see those analytics. Thanks for watching. Bindy likes it. What do you reckon, Bins? What do you reckon, Bins? Do you like it? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to make a video. Bindy, I'm trying to make a video here and you're making this very hard. If people only knew what, you know, you're everywhere all the time, cat. Dad's just trying to make a video here and here you are sniffing this MSI computer and, oh, bye.